Okay, so after I finished the quest line with Caterpillar, um, this quest popped up, and it appears that, in my opinion, Caterpillar is meeting up with Mary and Seymour. It's also pointing me to go to the book, so I'm going to go to the book. Oh. Okay, so where is Caterpillar? Oh. Oh, here we go. Triggered something. Well, this is the Narcissan Cruise Ordo. There are no longer any ceremonial items here, nor has there been a dispelling ritual conducted for a long time. Nonetheless, yes, the familiar setting is stirring my memory. This is the right place. Maybe there might be clues that we've overlooked, but that you could spot off the bat. So, have you found anything? All I see are memories of a past and things that shall never again catch up to me. Does that count? Well, Paimon doesn't want to interrupt your reminiscing, but that doesn't sound like what we're looking for. Perhaps, but my past is inextricably intertwined with the Narcissan Cruise Ordo, the chief culprit of the great sin. As such, some of my memories may yet be helpful to you. Then could you start telling us about them, Caterpillar? I should warn you that I was not in the inner circle several hundred years ago, so I don't know everything about the incident. But I was personally monitored by Narcissan Cruise. We should be the origin of all this. Who should be, excuse me. Narcissan Cruise? Isn't that... There's a prophet lying dormant in all of us, and when he wakes, one more evil shall walk the world. That's the sort of person he is. Well, since we've got this opportunity, is there anything else you want to ask, Traveler? Tell me about yourself, Caterpillar. About me? I thought we got acquainted well enough during our jailbreak. But I understand that you're asking about something deeper. Now I shall perform a terrible feat that never been done before and will never be done again. I will expose someone's true self before all, without any facade or masks, and that someone shall be myself. Wow, that's really a lot. Paimon doesn't think she can lighten this atmosphere up at all. Lenore has already gone home, did she not? We have to face a more complicated world now. The time for things from under the age of 9 is over. Next, we probably need the experience from age 16 or so. Huh? What? The experiences from 16 or so? The first voice I heard while in this body was that of Narcissan Cruise. Other than speaking of the redeeming power of the Holy Blade of Narcissan Cruise, he also preached thus. The body is just a shell. Even the body of a Hilichurl can bear sentient consciousness. Did he create you, then? Perhaps he did. I've tried to unravel my own origin, but the answers I got were all pretty vague. Poor you. Well, I don't really feel that way. I have discovered, after all, that most humans do not know the reason why they were born, and yet they still live happily. Also, it is not quite correct to say that he created me. How so? Creation is a feat for a god, if we call the one above a god. And the tenets of Narcissan Cruise, do you know what is most crucial in creating someone? What is it? It's imagination. Imagining a person down to the last detail, akin to an ocean imagining a creature in the wild. There is a story that tells of a powerful mage priest imagining his own son, only to realize he himself was the product of someone else's imagination. Sorry for digressing, but I feel that this information is relevant to your questions. Well, that didn't make anything clear, but do you have any other questions? About the Nerzenkreuz Ordo. I can't say that fucking word to save my life. Since you find this place so familiar, what could you tell us about it? Actually, as I recall, most of the people in Nerzenkreuz Ordo were very kind. Nerzenkreuz's teaching just contained many radical ideas that were perhaps difficult for people to accept. That doesn't sound good at all. Nerzenkreuz would lead ceremonies with the Holy Blade in accordance with the ancient dictates. They call it tri-factor execution in Liyue, and in Sumeru, shattering Atamagra. He called it rumination of the ego. He believed that one's own will is an obstacle, and that accidentally receiving a vision while seeking the path is a guaranteed path to destruction. So, after someone gives themselves up, what happens to them? Well, they stay quite normal, actually. It is said that people cannot perceive the truth because a body with a self sees the world filtered through the five senses. That doesn't sound so scary, then. However, I never found out from what Nerzenkreuz's ultimate purpose for collecting all those wills and selves was. Can you elaborate concerning Nerzenkreuz? Another time, perhaps. There is so much to be said. I'll need time to process it all. Do you have any other questions? About what happened all those years ago. Many years ago, the one called Lord Artificer, Golotin, and Nerzenkreuz had an intense clash. Golotin was even called the White Cavalier of Protection back then. Is that a better title than Honorary Knight? Well, if we're comparing impressive titles, I submit Cryolysis of the Phantasmic Moth. Just what kind of weird title is that? Title that Ordo gave me. See, I'm Caterpillar, a creature that turns into a Cryolysis before completely metamorphosing into a butterfly. Sorry. I suppose the name contained the wings of hope that I would mature into a human. Even though we learned a lot, there's still more questions that we need answers. Or that will need answers. I'll have to pore over the records and try to piece it all together. So I'm afraid you won't always find me here. Fontaine can be dangerous for you as it is now. I'll disguise myself and rely on the methods I've developed to do what I must. I'll survive. Anne and Seymour return to Nerzenkreuz Ordo. Negative. Danger. Danger. Activity in Nerzenkreuz Ordo. Remnants detected. Traveler, Paimon, and Anne, please find safe place immediately. Oh yeah, that's right. She was called Anne, not Mary. Oopsies. Annihilation mode activated. I didn't know you could do that. Whoa, Seymour, calm down. This is... We meet again. What did the White Cavalier Protection say about you? Ah yes, this is my little invention. Affirmative. I am, garbled mechanical noises, prototype with a large number of bold design elements. The priority level of this topic has been downgraded. Please lay down your arms and surrender. Seymour, listen to me. I've already surrendered to Traveler. Is that so? Yes, totally. Very well. In that case, we can continue to discuss my extraordinary design. I am Caterpillar, as you know. Speaking of which, how's the young lady you were protecting doing? Wait a moment. Why did I say something like that? What's wrong? You are correct. I am looking for the master I should protect. Mary Ann, or as you might call her, Mary Ann Gollentine. Mary Ann Gollentine? Mechanical noises slowly become clear. Golotine. Correct. My designer, Golotine. Caterpillar, is this your memories from hundreds of years ago? You know, getting clearer? No, this is a memory from before my birth. Something akin to an elephant recalling its previous life while meditating. I do not understand. Previous lives do not exist. Not for you, at least. Thanks to you, it seems I've encountered a potential breakthrough I had never imagined possible. Perhaps I might find the secrets to my own birth after all. Though I do not understand, I am glad to have been of service. Anyway, hello, Caterpillar. Have we met? My memory is fading, so that is quite possible. If I may be so blunt, what is your relationship with the Red Empress? The Red Empress? I have no idea what that is, though the name kind of rings a bell. Now let me try another name. What is your relationship with Lyris? How do you know that name? I went through many adventures with Paimon and Traveler just to find out that she was merely a creature in a story, or character in a story. Do I? I think I know what's going on. I'm also a victim of riddles, so I shan't play dumb. I'll tell you everything I know. Lyris did indeed exist. She was an Oceanid as well, and Narcissus and Crew's name for her within the Ordo was the Red Empress. What's going on here? Paimon feels like it's all connected. Still, when we first got here, Paimon couldn't help but notice. The clock here doesn't seem very accurate, does it? Ah, that. Simply put, it's the Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock? When the clock strikes midnight, the apocalypse will come. Huh? Doesn't this mean that the end of the world is almost upon us? Huh, that really does take me back. When I was here before, they thought the apocalypse was still far away, and that though it wouldn't happen in our generation, we should stop it for the sake of the future. If the clock is accurate, then it's not far off now. Perhaps we shall lay ourselves down to sleep tonight, and the sun will not rise in the morn. Perhaps the sea shall evaporate tomorrow. Or perhaps we are already living in the apocalypse, and the good times have long ended. Yeah, hey, get serious. Will the apocalypse really come? First, what we see is just a clock, not the apocalypse itself. When it comes down to it, time is merely a tool humans use to measure changes in all forms of matter. Narcissus and Cruz was the one who used the world formula to calculate the beginning of the end and built this device. As such, I cannot answer your question, dear Paimon, because this is all it is, a clock. That's true. Anyway, let's share our findings. You and Paimon briefly share all that happened with the other three, though technically speaking, none of them are humans. Input logged. Elenis, did you think of something? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's like water boiling off into gas. I can't see it, and I can't quite grasp it either. Oh, any thoughts or leads, Caterpillar? Can't say that I don't, but I'm still trying to sort some things out, so let's discuss this later. Right, I kept forgetting to ask you something. Traveler, Paimon, I'm very grateful for everything you've done for Lenore, so is there anything that I can help you with? Huh? Do you mean anything? Like, just like making a wish? It should be something within the scope of my abilities, of course. You did free Lenore and I from prison, but I'm not a djinn. I'm no djinn in a bottle. So what would your wish be, Paimon? If that's the case, then more. No, wait. Give me food. There's so much that Paimon wants, but we've been having lots of fun traveling together, so we don't really need anything special. Instead, Caterpillar, can you help us help Anne and Seymour? Paimon. Traveler, what do you think? Is that a good wish? That'll do, Paimon. That'll do. I understand. Then let us work together. Yeah. Understood. Now, I plan to work with Seymour and Anne to see if we can use our experiences and the information available here to figure something new out. Traveler, Paimon, let's meet back here later. So is there going to be like another quest line thing? Or is that it? I guess that's it until something pops up. Alright, let's click this because I apparently completed it. Actually, wait. Yeah, there was no dailies I wanted to do. Alright, so that's going to be the end of that segment until I guess the next part of it comes out, which might be in the next update. I don't know. So that's going to be it for now, and I'll see you guys later.